BCRI third year student from Coimbatore. Today I am discussing about incredible advancement in musculoskeletal imaging, which is compression elastography versus shear wave elastography in tendon injury assessment. So talking about elastography is an advanced ultrasound technique which is used to evaluate the mechanical properties of tissue, including the elasticity and the stiffness. It helps differentiate the pathological and normal tissue by assessing how well they perform under an applied force. Likewise, in normal ultrasound imaging, this kind of technique can be used, but must have specialized elastography softwares and transducer to perform this technique. Now talking about the main topic, elastography is made of two types, which is compression elastography and shear wave elastography. Talking about compression elastography, it is also known as strain elastography. It is a qualitative ultrasound technique that evaluates stiffness of tissue by measuring its deformation by how well it actually submits in response to an external force. The force can be applied manually by the sonographer using ultrasound probe or through physiological movement. Here, the electron image can be observed as a color-coded strain map. Now talking about shear wave elastography. Shear wave elastography is a quantitative ultrasound technique that evaluates the stiffness of tissue by generating and measuring the speed of shear waves. The faster the waves travel, stiffer the tissue will be observed here. So the SW provide absolute stiffness value in kilopascals or meter per second, making it much more objective than the previous compression elastography. Like I've said before, compression elastography also shows color-coded strain map. Here, shear wave elastography also focuses in showing color-coded strain map for AC interpretation. SW is particularly useful for high-resolution musculoskeletal imaging, making it a preferred tool for assessing tendon health and its mechanical properties. This is just a brief comparison about CE versus SWE. So CE is basically uses manual compression, while SW uses shear waves compression. Here, CE is a qualitative technique, while SW is a quantitative technique. Here, when comparison to SWE, CE is compared to less cost, but SWE's amount of software present for dedicating the image is comparatively high cost. CE is really high operator dependent. It makes the SW really less operator dependent and free of sonographer's use. Now talking about the integral topic of our presentation, role of CE and SW in tendon injury assessment. As I said before, it evaluates tendon stiffness to assess its mechanical properties and elasticity. It helps detect early tendon pathologies before any structural damage occurs. Also, it helps differentiate between healthy, inflamed, and degenerated tendons. It also helps guide clinical decision making for diagnosis, treatment, and risk structure assessment. It also helps monitor treatment response and tendon healing over time. Now I will be going on towards a comparative case application of compression elastography versus shear wave elastography in Achilles tendon. Achilles tendon is a region present between the calf and the heel bone. It's a region which connects both of the areas. Here, let's move on towards a clinical scenario. A 35-year-old male runner present with chronic Achilles tendon pain and morning stiffness for the past 3 months. Physical examination reveals localized tenderness and mild swelling over the mid portion of the Achilles tendon. B-mode ultrasound shows tendon thickening and mild heterogeneity. But the severity of the case, the condition is unclear. So here's the condition. So basically the patient has been pain for like 3 months and the patient is a runner. Here, with the help of B-mode ultrasound, it shows the tendon thickening and mild heterogeneity. But the condition is not severely unclear. For this condition, we will be using compression elastography and shear wave elastography. So, with the help of compression elastography, we could observe the previous condition was chronic Achilles tendinopathy. In compression elastography, the chronic Achilles tendinopathy is characterized by localized stiff blue-green regions indicating fibrosis and scarring, while degenerative area appears softer red yellow reflecting tissue degeneration. I'll show you just a brief findings here. Here, we can observe the area just red and yellow in the elastogram image showing tendon being soft. This has been caused due to degeneration of the tendon, and this can lead to a condition where early stage tendinosis is being found. Now we're talking about the blue-green region area of the tendon, blue-green region. This is due to the chronic changes, and these chronic changes can lead to localized stiffness of the tendon region. And that is mainly develops due to severe fibrosis and scarring, which makes the complete tendon to point of view being broken. Here, we could see that we could see amount of application and findings which is being present here, but it have very much kind of limitation, making much more very inadequate. Making that it's very user dependent, requires consistent pro pressure. While it is qualitative, it's harder to compare across patients over follow-up for other time. Now talking about shear wave elastography, here like I said before, the condition previously observed was chronic Achilles tendinopathy. Here, shear wave elastography detects chronic Achilles tendinopathy by measuring increased tendon stiffness indicating fibrosis and scarring, and also identifying areas of degeneration. It provides objective and quantifiable stiffness value. Here, this is in reverse case. Here we'll be observing tendon being soft as blue region and tendon being stiff as red region. Here's the findings. Here, if the blue-green region present in the tendon can be caused due to soft tendon, it is due to early stage degeneration leading to mild tendinosis. Here, we can also observe the yellow-red region causing very hard, very tough stiffness of the tendon, leading to fibrosis or scarring in chronic cases. Focal soft areas in a stiff tendon suggest partial tearing or degeneration. This is just the opposite. In the case of CE, this tendon being soft will be observed as red, while in this case, tendon being soft will be observed as blue. And the advantages here is observed that it's a quantitativeness as it measures exact stiffness value, more reliable for further follow-up, and is also operating independent, less user variability compared to CE. Now this is just a brief analysis in tendon imaging. So application best for CE, best for SWP. Here superficial tendon injuries like wrist tendon, extensor, flexor tendons, these are regions that are not much superficial tendon injuries. And this area is being best for CE due to the amount of compression which can be given by the sonographers. But during the case which has been considered for SWV, the amount of shear waves which can be produced in the superficial tendon injuries areas is being less, making it much more less adequate and not accurate. But in the case of rotator cuff tendon injuries, it actually has the ability to show the compression area, the stiffness area, and elasticity area. But the depth limitation present in the CE makes it less inaccurate. While in the case of shear wave elastography, the amount of shear waves produced is really high, making it accurate. And as I've said before, the clinical application of Achilles, also being patellar tendon being a deep tendon injury, is being considered same for the possible for just viewing the stiffness, but the amount of elasticity and the stiffness region produced with shear waves is being high in the case of SW, which is much more preferred for the further diagnosis. So that's it, and since tendons are highly structured response to dynamic forces, compression elastography is suitable for the process of viewing the image, but shear wave elastography being much more a quantitative analysis and in kilopascals, enhancing diagnostic accuracy and monitoring, it's been considered SW being much more preferable in diagnostic accuracy. Even though considering both of them, both have each application level which gives good diagnosis, SW has been considered more due to its depth and considerability and aiding it better in clinical decision making. With that, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you.